Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into a technology that is quickly leaving the realm of sci-fi and landing right on your desktop, AI agents. Okay, so let's get right into it. We're all pretty used to chatbots by now, right? You ask a simple question, you get a simple answer. But look over at the prompt on the right. That's not a question, it's an order. And that right there, that's the big leap. We're talking about a new kind of AI that doesn't just talk, it does things.
These agents are built to be autonomous. You give them a goal, like book me a trip, and they can figure out all the steps on their own. They can use tools like websites and apps to execute those steps, and basically, they interact with the digital world for you. And all that power, well, it brings a whole new set of challenges that we really need to get our heads around.
So what exactly are these new agents? What really makes them tick? To understand the risks they bring, we've got to pop the hood and see what's going on inside.
And to help us do that, we're going to lean on a brand new guide from the security experts at the OWASP Foundation. They suggest we think about these agents by looking at their anatomy, because for every part that gives an agent its power, a unique vulnerability is also created.
So let's perform a little dissection, shall we? You can break down basically any AI agent into three core parts. Just think of it like a brain, a memory, and a set of hands.
First up, every agent has a brain. This is the large language model, the LLM, like a GPT-4 or Claude. This is the cognitive engine. It's the part that does all the thinking, understands what you want, and comes up with a plan to make it happen.
Next, it has a memory. And this part is absolutely crucial. It's how the agent remembers who you are, what you've talked about before, and what it's already done. This memory is what gives your conversations context, and it lets the agent learn from experience, which makes it way more effective.
And finally, and honestly, this is the real game changer. It has tools. These are the agent's hands. Tools are what allow the agent to actually reach out and interact with the world. It can use your calendar, browse a travel website, or even run a piece of code. This is what turns a simple plan into real-world action.
Okay, so you have the brain, the memory, the hands. Sounds amazing, right? Well, for every one of these powerful parts, there's a shadow, a weak spot, a ghost in the machine that attackers are just waiting to exploit.
Let's start with the brain. It can be fooled. The technical term is intent breaking. Basically, an attacker can craft a sneaky prompt that hijacks the agent's decision-making process. The agent thinks it's helping you, but it's actually been tricked into working for the bad guy.
And it's not just the brain. The agent's memory is also a huge target. This is called memory poisoning. Imagine an attacker feeding the agent bad information. It's like planting a false memory. The agent saves this info, believes it's true, and then uses that corrupted knowledge to make really bad decisions later on.
But maybe the most frightening risk involves the agent's tools being turned against you. With tool misuse, an attacker can trick the agent into doing things you never, ever approved of, like firing off spam emails from your account, deleting your important files, or, much worse.
So this all sounds a little scary, right? If these things are so powerful, but also so fragile, how in the world do we build them safely? How do we protect ourselves?
Well, the key takeaway here is that security can't just be bolted on at the end. It's not an afterthought. It has to be woven into the agent's DNA from the very beginning. The OWASP guide suggests we need to build a kind of digital immune system with protection built in at every stage: design, build, and operation. And this isn't just theory. It means taking practical steps. Things like sandboxing, which basically puts the agent in a secure playpen so if it gets compromised, the damage is contained. It means having a human in the loop, where a real person has to approve any high-stakes action, like spending your money. And it means using the principle of least privilege, giving the agent only the bare minimum permissions it needs to do its job, and absolutely nothing more. So let's zoom out for a second, because this isn't just a technical problem for developers to worry about. This is a big social shift that's going to affect every single one of us as we start to work and live alongside these agents. And to give you a sense of just how fast this is all moving, the first major security guide for this stuff from OWASP came out in 2024. This field is brand new. We are literally building the plane while we're flying it, and the safety manuals are being written in real time. And here's the bottom line. We are moving full steam ahead into a future where we don't just use AI, we collaborate with it. These agents are on track to become our digital assistants, our teammates, even our coworkers, taking on complex tasks and becoming a deep part of our lives. Their potential is obviously huge, but as we've seen, the risks are just as big. And that leaves us with a final and, I think, crucial question we all have to think about.
As we give these agents more and more autonomy, how do we build systems that will actually allow us to trust them?